Hello students, my name is Gargi and in this video lecture we are going to continue our chapter The Making of a Scientist. So until now we studied that he started collecting butterflies and we studied about his early life and how we studied that part where Viceroy butterflies copy monarch butterflies and all that we understood. So let's continue after that. In his second year in high school, Richard Albright began the research that led to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone. Indirectly, it also led to his new theory on the life of cells. A very important theory that on the life of cells. It was a very important theory that he gave. So he discovered an unknown insect hormone, and the question he tried to answer was simple. What is the purpose of the 12 tiny gold spots on a monarch pupa? So the monarch pupa, it has 12 tiny gold spots. Now, he wanted to understand, he wanted to prove or he wanted to discover कि वो जो 12 gold spots हैं, उनका purpose क्या है? Like why are they there? Are they merely ornamental या फिर उनका कोई और purpose है? Everyone assumed the spots were just ornamental. Albright said, but Dr. Urquhart didn't believe it. So everyone assumed कि वो ornamental है. They are just decorative, वहाँ पे वो सुंदर लगने के लिए, decoration के लिए. But Dr. Urquhart को कुछ और ही लगता था. वो उनको कुछ opposite लगता था कि उनका ornamental होने के अलावा भी और कोई purpose है. To find the answer, Albright and another excellent science student first had to build a device that showed that the spots were producing a hormone necessary for the butterfly's full development. So, Albright and one more science student, they built a device जो ये show करता था that those spots were producing a hormone. उन spots से ऐसा hormone निकल रहा है जो कि butterfly के पूरे development में बहुत ज़्यादा important है. तो उन्होंने अल्टीमेटली ये प्रूव करने की कोशिश वो कर रहे थे कि वो जो 12 गोल्ड स्पॉट्स हैं वो बटरफ्लाई के पूरे डेवलपमेंट में, उसको पूरी तरह डेवलप करने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. दिस प्रोजेक्ट वन एब्राइट फर्स्ट प्लेस इन द काउंटी फेयर एंड एंट्री इनटू द इंटरनेशनल साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग फेयर. ये जो उनका प्रोजेक्ट था वो बहुत ज़्यादा इनोवेटिव था और उसकी वजह से उनको इंटरनेशनल साइंस फेयर में, इंजीनियरिंग फेयर में पार्टिसिपेट करने का चांस मिला. देयर ही वन थर्ड प्लेस फॉर जूलॉजी. ही ऑल्सो गॉट अ चांस टू वर्क ड्यूरिंग द समर एट द एंटोमोलॉजी laboratory of the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. So he got so many opportunities after that. He got to work in the laboratory of Walter Reed Army Institute of Research and he got third place in zoology. So it was that project opened a lot of doors for him. As a high school junior, Richard Albright continued his advanced experiments on the monarch pupa. That year his project won first place in the International Science Fair. उनका जो project था उसने first place लिया. And in his high school Richard continued the advanced experiments on the monarch pupa. उन्होंने advanced experiments करना शुरू किया उस पे. International Science Fair and gave him another chance to work in the army laboratory during the summer. In his senior year, he went a step further. He grew cells from a monarch's wing in a culture. अब उन्होंने थोड़ा सा एक स्टेप और आगे लिया. उन्होंने थोड़ा सा एडवांस और ज़्यादा किया खुद को और उन्होंने क्या किया? He took butterfly wing. उन्होंने butterfly wing को एक कल्चर में डेवलप करने का ट्राई किया. Only if they were fed the hormone from the gold spot. अब उन्होंने ये प्रूव करने की कोशिश की कि जो बटरफ्लाई विंग है अगर उसे हम कल्चर में डेवलप करें तो उसको वो हार्मोन चाहिए होगा. क्यों? डेवलप होने के लिए. That's what he was trying to prove and he tried to do that in a culture. He spent the summer that project won first place for zoology at the international fair. He spent the summer after graduation doing further work at the army laboratory and at the laboratory of the US Department of Agriculture. So he spent his summer on working in that laboratory and in the US Department of Agriculture. The following summer, after his freshman year at Harvard University, Albright went back to the laboratory of the Department of Agriculture and did more work on the hormone from the gold spot. उसके बाद वो वापस से उस लेबोरेटरी में गए और उन्होंने और ज़्यादा उस पर वर्क करना स्टार्ट किया. Using the laboratory's sophisticated instrument, he was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. Now he got sources. उनके पास resources थे अब. तो वो जो resources थे उनको use करते हुए उन्होंने अपना जो project था उसको complete किया. वो successful हुए hormone का जो chemical structure था वो पता लगाने में. Because you need sophisticated instruments, sophisticated resources, बहुत अच्छे resources चाहिए होते हैं आपको, बहुत अच्छे instruments चाहिए होते हैं आपको ये सारी चीज़ें पता लगाने के लिए, ये सारी चीज़ें prove करने के लिए. And he got all that in the Department of Agriculture. A year and a half later, during his junior year, Albright got the idea of his new theory about cell life. It came while he was looking at X-ray photos of the chemical structure of a hormone. So, he was looking at these X-ray and he saw something, किसी हार्मोन के किसी chemical structure को देख रहे थे, वो X-ray में देख रहे थे, and he got this idea of new theory about cell life. When he saw those photos, Albright didn't shout Eureka or even I've got it, but he believed that along with his findings about insect hormones, the photos gave him the answer to one of the biology's puzzles. वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड नहीं हुए इस चीज़ के लिए. ये लाइक आई गॉट इट, वाओ, क्या मतलब मिरेकल हो गया या ऐसा कुछ भी उन्होंने, ही डिडंट शाउट एनीथिंग. ही न्यू, उनका ये बिलीव था दैट अलॉन्ग विद दीज फाइंडिंग्स, इन फाइंडिंग्स के साथ द फोटोज गेव हिम द आंसर ऑफ वन ऑफ द बायोलॉजीज पजल्स. बायोलॉजी की जो पजल्स हैं उनमें से एक पजल का आंसर उनको मिल गया था शायद. हाउ द सेल कैन रीड द ब्लूप्रिंट ऑफ इट्स डीएनए. सेल कैसे रीड कर सकता है डीएनए का जो ब्लूप्रिंट है उसको, डीएनए के ब्लूप्रिंट को कैसे सेल रीड कर सकती है. डीएनए इज द सब्सटेंस इन द न्यूक्लियस ऑफ अ सेल. वी ऑल नो that controls heredity. It determines the form of function of the cell. Thus, DNA is the blueprint for life. So, that's what he was trying to prove, that the DNA is the blueprint for life. Albright and his college roommate James R. Wong worked all that night drawing pictures and constructing plastic models of molecules to show how it could happen. So they were making models, they were making pictures कि वो कैसे ये सारी चीज़ें possible हो सकती हैं. Together they later wrote the paper that explained the theory. और बाद में उन्होंने दोनों ने साथ में मिलके एक ऐसा पेपर लिखा जिसने पूरी थ्योरी को explain किया. Surprising, no one who knew him, Richard Albright graduated from Harvard with highest honors, second in his class of 1510. Albright went on to become a graduate student researcher at Harvard Medical School. He began doing experiments to test his theory. Now he graduated from Harvard and he got the highest scores, one of the highest scores he got, and he's continued doing his research in the school only, and he began experimenting to test his theory. उन्होंने experiments carry किए अपनी theory को test करने के लिए. If the theory proves correct, it will be a big step towards understanding the process of life. अगर वो theory prove हो जाती है तो एक बहुत बड़ा step होगा हमारी understanding को better करने के लिए. किस understanding को better करने के लिए कि जो process of life है वो कैसे work करता है. It might also lead to new ideas for preventing some types of cancer and other diseases. हो सकता है कि हमें diseases जो हैं, कैंसर और कुछ ऐसे भी diseases हैं जिनका शायद हमारे पास अभी क्योर नहीं है, तो उनके लिए भी हमें बहुत हेल्प मिले, उन diseases में भी हमें बहुत सारी हेल्प मिले. All of this is possible because of Albright's scientific curiosity. His high school research into the purpose of the spots on the monarch pupa eventually led him to his theory about cell of life. कैसे उनका जो हाई स्कूल का एक छोटा सा प्रोजेक्ट था उसने उनको यहाँ तक पहुँचाया. Like he was working on those spots, monarch pupa पे जो spots होते हैं उन पे वो work कर रहे थे, and ultimately that led him to this big theory जो इतना बड़ा research बन गया उनका, और शायद वो बहुत ज़्यादा हर तरीके से वो बहुत in every way, in many ways it was very helpful. Richard Albright has been interested in science since he first began collecting butterflies. We know, we studied that, but not so deeply that he hasn't time for other interests. Albright also became a champion debater and public speaker and a good canoeist and all-round outdoors person. So he was not only a scientist, he had other interests also, we can say. He was a great debater, he was a champion debater, a great public speaker, and a very good canoeist. Canoe is a kind of boat, and it's a sport. And all-round outdoors person, and he is a very outdoorsy person. He loved to go out, he loved to explore new things. He is also an expert photographer, particularly of nature and scientific exhibitions. Photography का भी talent उनमें था, but वो mostly nature और science exhibitions की photographs लेते थे. In high school, Richard Albright was a straight A student. Because learning was easy, he turned a lot of his energy towards the debating and the Model United Nations Club. He also found someone to admire, Richard A. Wearer, his social studies teacher and advisor to both clubs. So he was in a lot of clubs, and in high school he was a great student, straight A student. He got A's in every subject, and he was very smart, he was very intelligent. तो उन्हें उसमें ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ती थी, तो उतनी जो बची हुई एनर्जी थी वो और चीज़ों में लगा देते थे. That's why he had a lot of interest also. And he admired his social studies teacher a lot, जो कि उनके advisor थे हर एक क्लब के लिए जिसमें भी वो participate करते थे उसके लिए. Mr. Wearer was the perfect person for me then. He opened my mind to new ideas. He admired him a lot क्योंकि उन्होंने उनको inspire किया. His teacher inspired him a lot to do new stuff, to go beyond boundaries. He helped him in every way. Richard would always give that extra effort. Mr. Wearer said, what pleased me was this person who put in 3 or 4 hours at night doing debate research beside doing all his research with butterflies and his other interests. So, Mr. Wearer also praises him a lot. Why? Because he was a kind of student जो 2-3 hours 4 hours किसी भी डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन की प्रिपरेशन के लिए दे देता था, इवन आफ्टर डूइंग ऑल दैट रिसर्च दैट ही वाज डूइंग, और वो जो एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स थे उनके साथ वो सारी चीज़ों के बाद भी अगर कोई डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन होता था तो अपनी रिसर्च में 3 से 4 घंटे आराम से दे देते थे. सो ही एडमायर्ड हिम अ लॉट बिकॉज ऑफ हिज एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स. वो जो एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स वो पुट करते थे हर एक चीज़ में, तो उसके लिए वो उसको बहुत अप्रिशिएट करते थे. Richard was competitive. Mr. Wearer continued, but not in a bad sense. He explained Richard wasn't interested in winning for winning's sake or winning to get a prize. Rather, he was winning because he wanted to do the best job he could for the right reasons. He wanted to be the best. So he was competitive, but not in a bad way. किसी वो negative sense में competitive नहीं थे. He was competitive in a positive way. वो इसलिए नहीं जीतते थे कि उनको प्राइज चाहिए होता था या सिर्फ जीतने के लिए नहीं जीतते थे. ही वॉन्टेड टू विन बिकॉज ही वॉन्टेड टू बी द बेस्ट. वो जो भी कर रहे हैं उनको उसमें बेस्ट होना है, वो बेस्ट तरीके से करना होता था. लाइक ही वॉन्टेड टू डू द बेस्ट जॉब वॉट एवर ही वॉज डूइंग. सो दैट्स वाई ही वॉन्टेड टू विन. एंड दैट इज वन ऑफ द इंग्रेडिएंट्स इन द मेकिंग ऑफ अ साइंटिस्ट. अब उन सारे इंग्रेडिएंट्स में से एक है जो एक साइंटिस्ट को बनाने में हेल्प करते हैं. वो सारी चीज़ें जो हमें चाहिए एक साइंटिस्ट को बनाने के लिए, उनमें से एक यही इंग्रेडिएंट है दैट यू हैव टू बी कम्पिटिटिव बट इन अ वेरी गुड वे. स्टार्ट विद द फर्स्ट रेट माइंड. एक फर्स्ट रेट माइंड के साथ हमको स्टार्ट करना है. एड क्यूरियोसिटी, थोड़ी सी क्यूरियोसिटी मिलानी है उसमें. मिक्स इन द विल टू विन फॉर द राइट रीजंस. उसके साथ हमें राइट रीजंस के लिए जीतने की जो इच्छा है उसको मिक्स करना है. Ebright has these qualities. From the time the book The Travels of Monarch X opened the world of science to him, Richard Ebright has never lost his scientific curiosity. It all comes to that book, that Travels of Monarch, the book that his mother gave him. It all comes to that. कि अगर वो बुक नहीं होती तो शायद उनकी क्यूरियोसिटी वहीं खत्म हो जाती. मे बी वो कभी आगे रिसर्च करने का नहीं सोचते या उसके आगे जितना उनकी लिमिटेशन थी शायद वो वहीं के वहीं रह जाते. सो दैट वन बुक चेंज्ड हिज होल पर्सपेक्टिव, चेंज्ड हिज होल लाइफ. हाउ अ स्मॉल बुक, जस्ट टाइनी लिटिल बुक can change one person's whole life, his whole career actually. Okay, so this was our chapter everyone, and I hope you understood it. Thank you.